Hi there and welcome to your yoga class. Today we're going to be doing a post-workout stretch, perfect for after that run, gym session, HIIT class, anything at all, perfect to stretch off. Now if you've got a block, keep it handy. If not, have a cushion handy, but don't worry if you've not got either of them. So we're going to start off in child's pose, just popping your big toes together and your knees out as far as you want to. Reaching your hands forward and just relaxing onto the mat. Now your bottom doesn't need to come right down to your heels there, but if it does then great. If not, you can always put a blanket beneath your bottom and your heels just to support a little bit. So feel the nice big stretch on your glutes regardless of what you've done in your workout. Usually your glutes and your quads and your big muscle groups will have done some sort of work maybe, especially if you've been running or cycling as well. So coming up slowly into a tabletop pose, we're going to thread the needle. So bring that left hand up and then you're going to post it through between the right hand and the right knee. Now keep those hips above your knees, okay? And you can keep that right arm bent or you can send it forward like I'm doing as well. It just depends what feels the best for you. So remember the top of the left hand is on the floor. Taking nice big deep breaths, feeling the stretch between your shoulder blades. This is really nice if you've been doing maybe back exercises in the gym. And these are all really good at, if you do a lot of weight training as well, because weight training is fantastic for building muscle and all these other things, but it can make you quite tight as well. So this is a perfect thing to do after some weight training as well, after a back day. So just pausing then, just starting to breathe nice and deep, nice even breaths, and bring that right hand back, push up, left hand up there again and back to tabletop. We need to do the other side. So right hand twists up towards the ceiling, then gets posted between the left hand and the left knee. Keep those hips, remember, above your knees. And remember, the left hand can go straight out in front of you like this, or it can stay bent. It doesn't matter. So just focus on your hips as well. Don't have them swinging one way or the other. Try and keep them really nice and square over those knees. Feeling that big stretch, breathing into the stretch as well with nice long even breaths in and out your nose if possible, but just trying to relax into the stretch as much as you possibly can. It may be the first time you've done something like this, so don't push it too much. More is not necessarily better. When we're doing stretches, you have to just let your body go as far as it's going to go. If we push it too far, then that's when we can end up getting injured. So pushing into your left hand again and right hand up in the air just to finish off that pose and back to tabletop. So you might want to walk your hands forward a little bit, tuck the toes up to downward dog, so your tailbone's up high in the air, heels come toward the floor. You can bend your knees as well and have a wiggle, have a pedal of the feet as well. Your hamstrings and calves might be super tight depending on the type of exercise that you've done. So push that chest back to your thighs as well. Hands are shoulder width apart and feet are hip width apart. So let's lift our left leg up in the air, bend the knee, open up the hip. Especially good if you've been doing running or a lot of leg exercises, and let's bring it down and pop it in between those hands at front. Put the right knee in the floor and then come up to our lunge position. So really drop the hips and watch that front knee ideally over the ankle, but we're going to come into a twist. So pop the right hand in the floor and you're going to look up to the ceiling. Now you can just stay there, or what you can do is bend that right leg and hold on to the foot if you want to, and if you're going to do that, really bring the left shoulder back. But you can just stay in that original twist and put your hand up in the air as well if you want. So coming back round, we're going to do our half splits, which means shifting your hip back, heel of the left foot on the floor, toes pointing up, and stretch the back of that leg. Now the knee can be a little bit bent here as well if you want to. It just depends how tight your hamstrings are. So coming back, hands on the floor, and come back to downward dog again. Keep pedaling out if you want to. And remember, the heels do not need to come to the floor. The knees can be bent as well, really wrapping the shoulders round, Lifting the right leg up this time and bending the knee, sending that knee right up to the ceiling and then bringing it between your hands at the front. Let's do the lunge on the other side. So dropping the hips, hands up high, and we're going to come into that twist again. So just popping your right hand on your knee, left hand on the floor, and you can stay here or put your right hand in the air, or if you prefer to have a little bit more of a twist and a quad stretch, bend the left knee, hold on to it. But if you're going to do that, really send that left shoulder back and look up if you can. You don't have to, but it's all about the twist here as well, plus a very good quad stretch if you've got hold of your foot. And you can use a strap to hold onto your foot as well, or a belt, or anything that can double up as that. So gently bringing it back down, hands on the floor, and coming into our half splits on this side. So shifting the hips back, right heel on the floor, right toes pointing up. If your hands don't come to the floor, that's fine, just have them on your hips. But as long as you can feel that big stretch on the back of your leg. Especially important if you run, walk, cycle, leg day at the gym, that sort of thing. That's what we need to do. So coming back to downward dog again. Remember to bend those knees. If the flexibility isn't there, that's fine. So coming down onto your knees, just swing your legs out in front of you. Just sit for a second, get your seat bones nice and even on the mat. And then we're going to come into Janu Shishasana, which means keeping your right leg long and your right foot against your thigh. Reach up, inhale, and then fold forward. So I'll show you from the side as well. Coming forward. Now keep the head up, keep the back straight, okay? Keep your shoulders relaxed. Don't be tempted to sort of drop the head and curl over, because by keeping the back straight and the head up, we're really getting into those hamstrings again as well. And also getting a nice big hip opener with that left hand side too. So slowly coming back up, put your left hand on the floor, then come up on your knee and have a super duper big side body stretch. Really stretch your biceps alongside your right here. And then coming back down. That should feel really nice along your side there. And then let's do a twist. So left foot comes crossing over the right leg. Foot flat on the floor. Now cuddle that knee with your right arm. Left hand goes behind you. And you can look behind you or you can look to the side. Now keep the back nice and straight. Don't collapse through the lower back while you do this. And feeling the twist. And it's a nice shoulder stretch, this one as well, because of how we're cuddling that knee at the front. Really, really nice. Depending on what you've been doing, of course. And we are hitting all parts of the body here. So if you've done a HIIT workout with lots of body weight exercise varied, it will still be excellent for you. So let's come on the other side. So right foot comes against the left thigh. Reach up, inhale, come forward. Now it doesn't matter, you don't need to reach your toes, okay? Your hands can just rest on your leg if you want, and you can bend that knee as well. You know, sometimes it's just not possible to put our legs straight, but keep the head up, try and keep the back as straight as you can. And then slowly coming back up again, and we're going to do that really nice side stretch. So just take your time, coming up slowly. And then right hand on the floor this time, coming up on that knee and bicep along the ear. Looking up if you can, and it should feel really nice. This one, a big full side body stretch. Really nice. So coming back again, just pausing. We're going to do that twist that we did before. So take the right leg, foot flat on the floor. Cuddle it with your left arm this time, right hand behind you, lengthen and inhale, and then exhale, twist round. And just see how far your head and your twist will go. It doesn't need to go right round, but we're keeping that left foot active as well. See how my feet are pointing up to the ceiling. Keeping it all active. And this is really, really nice for the spine, this one, and also the obliques. And you'll feel a really nice stretch into that right hip. So this is a really good general routine for really kind of no matter what workout that you've done. Coming back round again. Untwist yourself. Now cross your legs, come onto your hands and come into that downward dog again. So we're going to lift our left leg up as far as it'll go and bring your left knee to your left hand, okay? Shins across the mat, stretch out the right leg. We're coming to pigeon pose. Now you might need your block here underneath that left hip because we want the hips to be equal, okay? So don't worry about how far they come down. Equal hips. And then just folding forward. Or you can stay up in your hands like this, but folding forward. We're going to be here for a few breaths, and this is like the ultimate stretch for runners, cyclers. You know, it's absolutely brilliant, and you will feel it. It's a big stretch. The hip flexors on the right hand side are, you know, really, really intensely being stretched, and also the glute and hamstring on the other side. So try not to clamp on. And tense round the joints. That's a kind of tempting thing to do. Breathe nice and deeply, and remember to use that block if you need it, or cushion as it may be. Equal hips is the secret here. And you can also, if you're not using your block for your hips, you can put the block under your head, rest your head on it. So nice big deep breaths, just relaxing here. So just starting to think about coming up. Now walk up slowly, remember this is a big, intense stretch. Tuck the back toe, come up to downward dog however you can. It may feel like the blood has just left that part of your body. That's perfectly normal. Have a wiggle about downward dog. So we're going to do the other side. Right leg up. Remember right knee to right hand. Slide the left foot back, top of the foot on the floor. Remember that block if you need it. Just sort of wedging under your bottom there. It really helps because it can really help you to relax into it and fold forward, or you can stay up in your hands if you want to. But the key is relaxing into this, and it can be a challenge if you're really tight here. So don't worry about how low the hips are. It's not really about that. It's about feeling the stretch. So again, starting to think about moving again. We're just going to slowly walk the hands up because we have been here for quite a few breaths. Tuck that back toe, boost yourself up into downward dog. Just give yourself a minute to just recover from that. Experience the sensation, what's going on in your legs. Maybe saying crikey. And then coming down on your knees. Now if you've got your block there, keep it to hand. We're going to lie down. And remember, you can use a cushion as well. If you don't have either, that's fine. So pop your block under your sacrum and raise your legs up. Okay. Now you can bend your knees a little bit as well if you want to. And this is really nice. It's really restorative because it's an inversion, first of all, because we've boosted our hips up a little bit. And what we're doing is just letting all that blood drain from our legs. It should really make your legs feel lovely and weightless. So perfect if you've been a long run or done heavy weights on your legs or done a lot of burpees and squat jumps, that sort of thing. It really does feel nice for the legs, this one. And the secret is to stay here for a few breaths as well, not just to pause here for a second or two. So just keep your feet up And you can do this against the wall as well. If you are next to a wall, scoot your bottom up, right up against the wall, and stay there for as long as you like. Viparita Karani, this is called, and it's so nice and restorative. Really nice for the legs, kind of gives them complete rest. We're on our feet and legs, a lot of the day, so really nice after an intense workout, or even a long walk, or even a hard day at work. It's useful for a lot of things. So just letting your feet come down, remove your block. When you remove your block, feel how nice and spacious that lower back feels. And knees into the chest, roll side to side. If you want to, you can hold on to the back of the thighs here as well, but a lovely big glute stretch. And we're then going to come into our Shavasana. So let those legs go long, taking up as much room as you need, top of the hands on the floor. And this is your body's time to restore and recuperate after your training session and after your yoga practice. Shavasana is a normal part to the practice that we do at the end for those reasons, to restore. And it's very like digesting a meal after you've had a big meal. You always give your body time to digest it, or else it can, you maybe don't feel quite right. It's the same thing. We are just getting all the goodness from what we've just done, letting our body have total stillness to repair and relax, and all these other nice things as well. And sometimes it feels just nice lying on the floor, depending how hard your workout's been. So just staying here. You can stay here for as long as you want, up to 20 minutes if you want to. But just feel your body getting heavier, let your breath go, totally relaxing for the next few minutes. So just starting to deepen your breath, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, inviting the movement back in however suits you, bending your knees and rolling on to your side. And slowly sitting up in a nice cross-legged or on your knees position, hands in Anjali Mudra, pausing for a minute, feeling how your body feels after your workout and your yoga practice. And we're going to finish with a Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for your post-workout yoga practice. I really hope you feel the benefit of that, and I hope you come back and try the other classes that we've got here. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.